Hi, we are going to do a 30-minute vinyasa class. You don't need anything for this class, but if you have blocks and straps handy, then just have them nearby in case you do need them. We are going to start in child's pose. So you're going to take your knees as wide as the mat. You're going to have the toes flat to the floor and you're going to sit back onto your heels. You're just going to walk the hands out, place your forehead down onto the mat. Reach your fingers out nice and long, and then you're just going to relax, and that might mean that your fingers and your arms come back towards you. So we're completely relaxing the body. We're going to take a nice big inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. You're going to do that 2 more times, just grounding down. And let everything go. 1 more round, deep inhale. And exhale out through the mouth. And then we're going to start breathing in and out of the nose. Breathing in for a count of 4. Pulls at the top. And exhale out through the nose for a count of 4. On your next inhale, you're going to pick your fingers up and walk them all the way over towards the right. Reaching out nice and long, placing the forehead down, coming back to that breath. We're taking 3 rounds of breath here. Breathing in for 4, pulsing at the top, and exhaling for 4. Feeling that stretch through the left side of the body. And on your next inhale, picking up your hands and walking all the way over towards the left. Taking 3 rounds of breath here. In through the nose, pulls at the top, out through the nose. Feeling that stretch through the right side of the body, noticing the difference between this side and the other side. And on your next inhale, coming all the way back through center, reaching out as far as you can, coming up onto your fingertips, lowering the forehead down through the arms, placing your forehead on the mat, feeling that stretch. Move a little further down the back, down through the shoulder blades, down towards the spine. 2 rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, walking your hands all the way back towards you, taking your knees back together, sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders back, nice big exaggerated rolls. And taking them forward. You're going to reach the right fingertips out towards the right. You're going to bend in through the right elbow, draw the left arm up and over again, stretching out through the left side of the body. Take a deep inhale, reach. And exhale, taking the left hand down, bend into the elbow, bring the right arm all the way up, gazing up towards the right fingertips. Deep inhale, reach. And we're just going to move from side to side. So right hand down, left hand up, gaze up towards the left fingertips, reach. Inhale as you come back over, left hand goes down, right hand comes back up, gaze towards the fingertips, reach. 1 more on each side. And then we're going to take our both hands down either side again. We're going to roll the shoulders back and roll them forward. From here, coming to a tabletop position. So you're going to have your knees directly under the hips, toes behind the knees. Your fingers are spread nice and wide and you're pushing down through the knuckles. So we're taking a little bit of weight off the wrists. Moving through cat-cow here. So inhaling as you tilt the pelvis up, move all the way through the spine, taking your gaze up towards the ceiling, extending out through the neck. Exhaling as you round through the pelvis, round through the spine, pushing a little bit through the hands, taking your gaze to your belly button. Inhale as you come all the way through, taking your gaze up, pelvis up. Exhaling as you round. Inhale, come all the way through. And exhaling as you round. From here, you're going to turn the toes under and just come up into your downward dog, moving yourself if you need to. We're going to pedal out through the feet, extending one leg at a time, feeling in towards the hamstrings. Your biceps are by your ears, your gaze is towards your knees or your belly button. Your fingers, knuckles pushing down in towards the floor. You might take a little stretch. And if the knees are bent, that's perfectly fine. You're still going to get that stretch through the back of the hamstrings. You're taking your tailbone up nice and high. Taking 2 rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, lifting up through the heels, bending through the knees, looking forward, walking your feet towards the hands, taking your toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, taking a half lift, hands come to the shins, extend out through the spine, take your gaze slightly forward, straight back. Exhaling as you round, bend through the knees, forehead below the knees. On your inhale, we're going to come all the way up, sweeping the arms up, taking the arms up nice and high towards the ceiling, taking your gaze towards your thumbs, placing your hands together, pushing your hips out, drawing your fingers down along the ceiling. Take a little back bend. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale as you come all the way down, forward fold, bend through the knees, forehead below the knees. Inhale, come up halfway, extending out. Exhale, placing the hands down, step back into a plank position, keeping your hips level, holding here for 2 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, pushing back into that downward dog. Taking 2 breaths here. Taking that right foot up off the floor, pointing the toes, taking that leg nice and high, holding it there. Take an inhale. Exhaling as you bend through the knee, taking that foot in between the hands, coming up into your crescent lunge, sweeping the arms all the way up, taking your gaze up, sinking in towards that front knee. We're pushing out through the back heel. Holding here. Take another deep inhale, reaching up. And exhale, taking the hands down, taking that foot back, moving back into your downward dog. 2 rounds of breath. We move to the other side, taking the left foot up off the floor, pointing the toes. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bending through the knee, rounding the spine, placing that foot in between the hands. Inhale as you sweep the hands all the way up, sink into that knee, take your gaze upwards, pushing down through the right heel. Sinking a little further into that knee if you can. Deep inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands come down. Take that left foot back, push back into your downward dog. 2 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, lifting up through the heels, bend through the knees, look forward, step or walk your feet to meet the hands. Inhale, take a half lift, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up, taking the hands together, push the hips forward, take your gaze up, take a little back bend, draw your arms, fingers along the ceiling. Inhale as you come all the way down. Take an exhale here and then inhale, take a lift. Exhale, hands come down, step back into that plank position, holding for 2 rounds of breath. Lifting that right foot up off the floor, keeping the heel pressing towards the back wall. You're going to bend through the knee, take the right knee to the right elbow and back. To the left elbow and back. Bring it all the way through the midline, round through the spine. Take your forehead to the knee. Plant that foot in between the hands. Inhale as you come up into your crescent lunge. Sink down nice and low. Bringing your hands together in prayer, we're going to twist off to the right side. So your left elbow comes across the knee. You're pushing through the palms of your hand, taking your gaze up over the right elbow. Pushing that left heel back. On your next inhale, come back through center. Hold here. Sweep the arms all the way up. Take a little back bend, cactus the arms. Take an inhale. And exhale, hands come back down. Move back into that plank position. Hold for 2 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, lift the left foot up off the floor, heel pushing back towards the back wall. Exhale here. Inhale, take the left knee to the left elbow and back. To the right elbow and back. Bring it through the midline, round the spine, take your forehead to the knee, plant that foot in between the hands, move it there if you need to. On your inhale, when you have your balance, sweep the arms all the way up, take your gaze up. 2 rounds of breath here. Pushing that right heel back. Bringing your hands together. We're going to turn over towards the left. Right elbow comes over the knee. Push through the palms, your gaze goes up over your left elbow. 2 rounds of breath here. Keep pushing that right heel back. On your next inhale, come back through center. Exhale, stay. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Take a little back bend, cactus the arms. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, hands come down to come back to your plank for 2 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, push back to your downward dog. Hold here for 2 rounds of breath. Bend through the knees as much as you need to. Take that tailbone up nice and high. On your next inhale, lift up through the heels, bend through the knees, step, walk, jump your feet to meet the hands. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Take that little back bend, push the hips forward. And exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, step, walk, jump the feet back to a plank position. Holding here for 2 rounds of breath. Lifting your right foot up off the floor. Bend through the knee, taking that right knee to your right elbow. And back. To the left elbow. And back. Bring it through the midline, round through the spine. Place that foot in between the hands. Get your balance. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Hold here, sink into that right knee, push the left heel back. Take your hands towards your heart. Taking your gaze over towards the right side, push through the palms of your hands. If you like to take a bind here, opening out through the arms and taking that bind underneath the right leg. Wobbles are all good. Taking your gaze up over your right shoulder. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Take them back together. Come back through center, hold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, sink into that right knee. Take your gaze back, come back into cactus arms, mini back bend. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way down. Step back into your plank. Hold here. Push back into your downward dog for 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, sweep that right leg all the way up again. Take it up nice and high. You're going to bend through the knee. Take that right knee to the right elbow. The ankle's going to come across the body. We're coming down into an active pigeon. So we are holding up here. So we're not coming down to the floor. We're pushing down through the back left foot. Maybe your fingertips are touching the floor, maybe they're not. Nice straight spine, your chin is parallel to the floor, lifting up. You should feel a nice stretch down through the left quad. Into the hip flexor. Taking your hands down, curling back the left foot to come back to your downward dog. Pedal out through the feet just once or twice. And come to hold that downward dog for 2 rounds of breath. We're going to wave the body all the way forward into that plank position again, holding for 2 rounds of breath. Lifting that left heel up off the floor, you're going to bend through the knee. Take that left knee to the right elbow and back. To the left elbow and back. Bring it through the midline, round through the spine. Take your forehead to the knee. Plant that left foot in between the hands. Move it there if you need to. Get your balance. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Sink into that left knee. Push the right heel back. Take your hands in towards your heart, palms pressing together. We're turning over towards the left. Pushing down through the palms. Pushing that right heel back again. And again, maybe you're taking a bind here, so opening the arms all the way out. And then wrapping around and under that left thigh. Maybe you can grab fingers, maybe you're not close, that's okay, we're just trying. Inhale, take the arms all the way back. Take them back together, pushing through the palms, gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, come all the way around to center. Exhale, stay. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Take that little back bend. Come take your arms into cactus. Gaze up and back. On your next inhale, take the arms all the way down. Sweep that left leg back. Push back to your downward dog for 2 rounds of breath. Sweep that left leg all the way up, point the toes. Bend through the knee, take that left knee to the left wrist. Ankle comes across the body, again coming down into that active pigeon. So tops of the right toes on the floor, you're lifting up, sitting up nice and tall. Chin is parallel to the floor. You should feel that stretch through the right hip flexor front of the right thigh. Keep a nice, calm, steady breath. Taking those hands all the way forward, curl under the right toes. Push back to the downward dog. Pedal out through the feet. And hold in your downward dog for 2 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, lift the heels up, bend through the knees. We're gonna come into Navasana here. So we're either stepping, walking, or jumping all the way through. So sinking back, take a deep inhale, and then however you're getting there, lifting the legs up, coming into boat pose, Navasana, pointing the toes. You can have your hands behind the thighs, lift your chest up. And then if you can remove those hands and you can stay in this position, then you're going to take your hands with the palms facing in, holding here. Nice steady breath. We're going to come halfway down, take an inhale. And exhale, come up. Halfway down, inhale. Exhale, come up. Halfway down, inhale. Exhale, come up 2 more times. Halfway down. Come up. And then we're going to slowly come all the way down to the floor. Nice and slow, engage that core. And slowly relax. Fully relax, allow the toes to flop open, palms facing up. Gaze is up towards the ceiling, getting that breath back. We're going to relax through the left leg, so leaving it exactly where it is, bending up through the right knee. You're going to hug your fingers around the front of the knee and you're taking that knee down and out, avoiding the rib cage. So as though you want to draw your right knee to your right shoulder, you're going to tuck the chin under. Your head is still on the floor, but you're getting those really attractive double chins. And you're pulling your left and right shoulder back down towards the floor. You're hugging the knee in. Nice, calm, steady breath. Hug in 1 more time. And then releasing that foot all the way down, relaxing through the right leg. You're going to hug the left knee in, down and out as before, avoiding the rib cage on the left side. Drawing both shoulders back down towards the floor, tucking your chin under. Head is still on the floor. Squeezing that knee in, creating that little bit of compression. Keeping that right leg nice and relaxed. Squeeze it in 1 more time. And slowly releasing that leg all the way out. Let the toes flop open. Take a deep inhale. Out through the mouth, relax. On your next inhale, engaging through the core, taking both knees up and in towards you. Wrapping the arms around whatever you can grab, whether that's fingers, wrists, elbows. Again, you're tucking the chin, staring through that diamond shape between the arms and the knees, and you are squeezing, drawing your shoulders back. And from here, you're planting your feet to the floor. We're going to take a twist either side. So planting the feet down, we're going to lift the hips up, take them over towards the left. You can wrap up the legs or simply drop the knees over to the right. Your left arm goes out long, your gaze is down towards the left fingertips. And then if there's a big gap between your knees and the floor, you could make a fist with the right hand. So you have something to lean onto. If you had a book, you could put something under there. If you want a little extra twist, you could place your hand on top and draw your right knees down. If your left shoulder blade is hanging up in the air, just lift the right up and draw it across a little further. And you should feel that nice twist all the way through the body. We're taking 3 rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, engaging through the core, taking your knees all the way back up, take your gaze back up, unwrap the legs if you've wrapped up the knees, and just realign your spine down the mat again, taking a moment here. On your next inhale, you're going to push through the feet, lift the hips up, take them across to the right. Take the knees down to the left, or wrap the legs up and take the knees to the left. Right fingertips go out nice and long, gaze down towards the right fingertips. Again, check in where you want that knee to be positioned. Do you need something underneath? Do you want a little extra pressure on top? If that right shoulder blade's hanging up in the air, just taking the left shoulder blade slightly further across and then relaxing into this pose. Breathing in nice and deep. And taking one more deep inhale. And exhale, release. Now on your next inhale, engage through the core, bring your knees back through center, your gaze back up to the ceiling, unwrap the legs. Reposition your spine down the center of your mat, hug your knees in, take a little rock from side to side, maybe bending the forehead up, taking a stretch out through the back of the neck. You might like to take happy baby here, grabbing the outsides of the feet, and again, just rocking from side to side. And then getting ready to make your way into your final pose, which is Shavasana. So we're going to take the legs long, allow the toes to flap open, hands down by your side, palms facing up. Take a deep inhale and open the mouth, let it all go. Relaxing down here as much as you can. You're going to come back to your normal rhythm of breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Relaxing the toes, relaxing the ankles, relaxing the calves, the knees, the thighs, relaxing your hips. Belly rises and falls, as does the chest. Head is heavy on the floor. Fingers and thumbs taking their own natural shape. You can feel the elbows pressing into the mat. Shoulders are open. Your tongue is away from the roof of your mouth. Maybe your eyelids are lightly closed. And there is no tension in between your eyebrows. I'm just going to take a moment to completely relax here in as much stillness as we can. seeing if you could relax a little bit more. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you need if you have the time. Otherwise, we're going to start gently wriggling the fingers and toes, maybe taking the head gently from side to side. On your next inhale, taking a deep breath, taking your arms up and overhead, reaching your toes, reaching your fingers, deep inhale. Open the mouth, let it all go. Keeping your arms up and overhead, reaching out once more, reach the fingers, reach the toes, deep inhale. And exhale, release. One more time, deep inhale, reach. And exhale, release. Bending up through the knees. Rolling off to whichever side you prefer, using the bottom arm as a pillow, top hand comes down by your chest. Just taking a moment here. Keeping the gaze low or the eyes closed, pushing through that top hand, coming up into a seated position. Taking your hands together, bowing the head slightly. Maybe setting an intention for the day or the rest of your day. Rubbing your hands together, creating heat and energy. Opening up through the palms, taking your hands up towards your face, feeling the heat on your skin. Slowly fluttering open the eyes, taking your hands away from your face. Namaste.